are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Later in the show, if I have time, why am I playing Odd Couple music? Newt Gingrich is in trouble. Republicans are now realizing he was for the banker bailout. He runs TV ads pushing for global warming taxes with Nancy Pelosi. These are not odd couples. The left and right at the top of the power structure work together, looting the people. And that is exposed in the upcoming film that premieres in about 25 hours, less than 25 hours. Tomorrow when the show ends at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll premiere it at prisonplanet.tv. So if you're not a prisonplanet.tv member, it's 15 cents a day, $5.95 a month. You can share your passcode with as many as 6 people, so you can also spread the word that way. Prisonplanet.tv, or order the high-quality DVDs that are now shipping at Infowars.com. Gerald Celente, let's now go ahead and go to some phone calls. Let's talk to Trip in Florida, who's been holding patiently. You're on the air with the #1 trends forecaster of trendsresearch.com, Gerald Celente.
Hey, Alex and Gerald. How y'all?
We're all right.
All right. I was wondering about China's involvement in all this. I saw mainstream media yesterday that China was going to back us up in this whole Iran business. So that kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah, how does China play into the big picture economically, militarily, everything?
Well, China is only going to go so far with Iran because they're doing a lot of business with them. And China's holding all the cards. They're holding all our debt. So we really have to play the China game, not the other way around. And that's what we're really looking at. And all this noise, by the way, about letting the yuan float so that American exports can be more competitive, meaning that it is going to cost more to buy Chinese products, that's only for public consumption. You know, China's producing stuff at slave labor wages. If their currency goes up a little bit, it's not like everybody's going to be buying U.S. products. So China's really the ace in the hole over here, because if the other problem with China is last year, for example, they had 70,000 major disturbances and riots. If the Chinese economy doesn't keep perking along, they have 1.2 billion problems on their hands. And let's not forget this. One of the only reasons why this economy didn't crash worse than it has and quicker than it has is because China has been throwing trillions of dollars into pumping up their economy and, by extension, the world economy. So now when China, as they're doing now, starts to wind back, the economy starts to slow up.
Because we don't have a real economy. We have a parasite banking economy, a global banking dictatorship, and now we have no more denial about world government. We have Gordon Brown, Obama saying we're going to have a planetary regime with carbon taxes paid to private banks under a global constitution where the banks will be the government. I mean, this is moving faster than I even thought it would. I don't see how they're going to get away with this open tyranny, Gerald.
Well, they're getting away with it now. And again, we've said this over and over again. The merger of state and corporate powers is fascism. And what happens when you live under a fascist dictator? You don't get out of line. And
anything else? Sorry, go ahead.
No, and that's what they're doing now.
Anything else, Trip?
Police State 4.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the call, Trip. Justin in West Virginia, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
All right, go ahead, sir.
I was just wanting to read a couple sentences from a story that someone wrote about the health bill, and then I was going to ask the question to Gerald.
Yeah, that's one of my later questions is the health care bill, his analysis of it, but go ahead and read your point.
He put in there insurance companies can no longer drop clients who become sick, giving them lifetime coverage. Pre-existing medical conditions, people will still be available. And at the end, he said life expectancy will be sure to go up, and it'll help make the economy better by having less people file for bankruptcy. And my question is what does Gerald think about how the health bill is going to fit in with the crash that he predicts is coming up?
Gerald, give us your breakdown of the health care bill.
Well, the health care bill is not going to accelerate the crash. That's a minor player in it, although it's a big one. That's a health care bill, again, another example of fascism. We're being forced to buy insurance from criminal insurance companies? How could you make this stuff up? And what is it going to do? Perpetuate a failing system. Look at the condition of the American people. What are we doing? We're going to be dumping more money into a system whereby the people are in very bad shape themselves, not taking care of themselves. They're addicted to drugs. Turn on the television. I love it. What is this? Fibromyalgia, one of them I'm watching. You know, I guess that replaced Epstein-Barr disease. They keep making up these things so people become hypochondriacs. And then they have the disclaimer, you can't make this stuff up. A side effect is suicide. So all this is a system to keep the people in control, to make them think that they're doing something for them, and they're robbing us. They're taxing us to take our money to give it to the insurance companies. Again, you could not make this up. It's fascism.
Absolutely. Let me give you my take on it, which mirrors what Gerald is saying, and good points, Justin. There's a war going on of lies and truth, and all I have is my honor. All I have is that I sleep well at night. I tell the truth. I do hardcore research. My predictions have come true. Gerald's, unfortunately, have come true. We're political atheists. I love that term he uses. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a freedom lover. I'm a truth teller. I have read the 5 different versions of the bill in the past bill. I've scanned over the key sections. I've had congressmen on. I've read it. And then after the fact, they admitted it. No one's getting free health care. It doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. In fact, pull up the AP. It says, what was the headline, the exact headline? It was oversight in bill like it was a mistake. Oh, didn't give you coverage. It makes 30-plus million people buy coverage. It lets the insurance companies lower the standard. It allows them to raise premiums. They're saying over 32% right now, 39% on average in California. That's AP today. I covered it in the first hour. 39%. It makes you get it. You've seen the VA run health care, but this isn't government health care, as Ron Paul said. It's corporate health care. It's the government, though, dictating what doctors can do and what they can't do. Gerald Celente.
Oh, you hit it. You covered all the points.
Let's take another call here. But before
there's that other one, too. What is that? That army of doctors that they're now putting together? Another military wing that's allowed to really become a militia. A government militia of doctors that they're also having that bill.
And they say federally they've got to report parents to CPS and ask the kids questions. But the point I forgot to make is it's a war of truth and lies. I was watching Hardball 2 nights ago, and everything coming out of Matthew's mouth was a lie. That's why the guy's got 400,000 viewers. Folks, this radio show conservatively has double that every day. This guy's a joke. No one is watching Anderson Cooper, and no one is watching these people on CNN and MSNBC. CNN's lost more than half its ratings in the last year because people are getting wise to him. But, Gerald, I still can't believe him saying there's no rationing, there's no death panels when it does have the bioethics panels. Tom Daschle said we will cut care to the old people. I mean, don't they know the public's going to find out they're lying? I mean, it's just such lying.
They're hacks. I mean, let's face it. Look who they represent. Look where they come from. By their deeds you shall know them. You go through the whole list of these guys, these TV tough guys, these big mouths. And they're just playing to the crowd, and he's one of the crowd.
All right, we're going to come back and take some more calls, but when we come back, I first want to ask Gerald Celente, because I'm interested in his take. Time Magazine, Newsweek. I'll ask the question now, we'll get the answer when we come back. Time Magazine, London Guardian, Newsweek, Southern Poverty Law Center, every publication run by George Soros are lying and saying I'm calling for violence and I'm dangerous. Why are they singling me out more really than anybody else now on a daily basis? What does Gerald think that is really all about? Because I really want to get his take on it, and I want to ask him if he's had any threats or demonization out there as well. Then we're going right back to your phone calls, Ron, Scott, Pamela, and others. We'll be back.
For the first time ever, the secret agenda of the planet's ruthless superclass is exposed in stark detail.
You know, there is such a thing as insidious influence. Does it involve some sort of psychological domination?
No world order that elevates one nation or group of people over another will succeed. It's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
The whole concept of New World Order, it really says that the state is God.
They created in all of the British dependencies what they call roundtable groups.
At a higher level of COG government, where the constitutional authorities are not allowed to go.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
The people running this country are determined to destroy it.